so didn't really figure in the American champs. And this man started the season brilliantly. Rashid Broadbell, I haven't seen too much of him yet. He's only 20, but he got injured and asked for a pass at the Jamaican champs, but he wasn't given that permission. So others are in the team instead of him, although he is one of the quickest in the world. Andy Pozzi next to him. His best came in Florence, 13:25. He's based in Italy these days, and he'll be hoping that Kat, a picture of Kat behind him there, Katrina Johnson-Thompson, who seems to be following the camera here in the background. And Ronald Levy, the Commonwealth Games champion, as I said, he is in the team. Omar McLeod, the Olympic champion, the world champion from 2017, had a horrendous experience at the trials. What can happen in the hurdles, hit the hurdle, and then I think he ran about 16 seconds, but he didn't make the team. And the Jamaicans, like the Americans, top 3 only into the team, so he's not going either. Robert Dunning, NCAA champion this year, 24-year-old. And then the man who did beat Andy Pozzi at the trials, Tadej Ojora, the 21-year-old, had a superb run and is having a great season. Bit unlucky not to get the qualifying 13:38 as best. And then Paolo Dalmalin of Italy, the experienced Italian, on the outside in lane 8. So many stories here from McLeod not going to the Olympic Games, the defender's title. Ronald Levy will be one of the contenders, but you kind of look at Grant Holloway. There can't be too many more hotter favourites, I think, to win a gold medal at the Olympic Games. But does that mean that the likes of Andy Pozzi can go at the Games with 1 or 2 other contenders not going to be there, and maybe go and sneak something? Well, what he'd love is a good confidence booster here, quick time, slight breeze we've had behind all of the sprints tonight here in Gateshead. But Broadbell in lane 2, the fast young Jamaican 20-year-old. Pozzi's in 3, Levy in 4, McLeod perhaps with a point to prove in lane 5. 110 hurdles. Ooh, Freddie Crittenden on the far side in lane 1. A little bit nervous to get away. Hey, Colin, McLeod not at the Olympics.
Yeah, he's pretty bitter about that. He was cramping up during the Jamaican trials. Their final was 8 a.m. in the morning. Can you imagine having to run your very best at 8 a.m. and he was suffering a lot from cramp. He tried his best during warm-up and he just thought, well, I'll go out there and see what I can do. And unfortunately, as you said, Steve, he ended up hitting hurdles, making mistakes, and finishing 8th.
Well, I guess, Colin, you would say, and you know, the 110 hurdles, that is what can happen. We can look back to Doha as well, and, you know, it's the drama of the high hurdles. So Crittenden has been given, wasn't a false start, he wasn't quite settled. Broadbell in 2, Pozzi in 3, Levy in 4, McLeod in 5, Dunning in 6, Ojora in 7, and Dalmalin in lane 8. Away cleanly this time. Pozzi almost went early, but then he gets out pretty well, and Levy's going well, and McLeod just with a little bit of work to do. But here comes McLeod and Levy. It's the 2 Jamaicans beginning to pull away, and McLeod wants to get this, but no, Levy off the last hurdle. Gets into his stride, off that last barrier. McLeod almost rocked back. Completely different finish to the race for the 2 men by stark contrast. Pozzi was, I think, ended up 3rd in the end, and it was neck and neck all the way. I thought McLeod would just go on from there, and Colin, I don't know if he hit the last hurdle or he brushed it or he just got a bit off balance, but certainly the 2 of them, those last meters to the line couldn't have been more different.
Do you know, you summarised Omar's final hurdles perfectly well. He did all the things that you mentioned there, Steve. He came off balance, he hit hurdles, and that's what it's all about. You've got to be the cleanest, the smoothest, silkiest hurdler there, and Levy is definitely that. Once he gets into that beautiful, easy, relaxed, flowing stride that he has over the barriers, he's very relaxed. Aggressive when he needs to be, so every time he hits the floor, he runs off that trail leg, and you can see him and Omar there battling away. On the flat, Omar is the fastest. Remember, he's gone under 10 seconds for the 100 meters, but he just made the mistake coming off hurdle line. His hips went down. It means he climbed the farrier barrier, and that took all his impetus away. And hence, he struggled from there on in.
Yeah, you could almost see on that other shot, he sort of sank going into the last hurdle, and then had to really climb over, as you said, perfectly described, and that lost all the momentum, all the speed that he had, and Levy much smoother coming through. So the Jamaican champion and the man who's going to the Olympics, shown perhaps why there, and you see how high McLeod was over that last barrier. So Andy Pozzi third, but Jamaica 1-2 there. 13:22 the winning time. We're still yet to see many of the men getting close or even under 13 seconds, apart from Grant Holloway. I said, Colin, you've got 5 seconds to say. Grant Holloway, red hot favourite.
Watch Ortega, watch Shabenkov.
Grant Holloway, red hot favourite. We shall see. Andy Pozzi just hitting that last one, but decent run for him to get in the top 3.